Okay, Ronnie. How about now, bud? Texting you. Can y'all hear me? Boo 2 okay, Larry? I'm doing a setup with Ronnie here, so can you hear me, Ronnie? It appears that Men Are So Smart will be going live tomorrow morning. Sound check 1 2 3 4. Sound check 1 2 3 4 5. Sound check. Sound check. Rusty nipples. I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the show, bud. Um, I haven't really talked it over with Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie. So we've got 10 viewers here. Live chat is working good. Sound check is good. And what do y'all think of the clarity of the Logitech camera? Because that's what we're using. Hello, Paul Paul. How you doing? How are you doing? Sasha, you silly, silly girl. Hello, Alan K. Robert Sislinsky. Thumbs up. Big thumbs up to you. There it comes. This is weird with the delay, though, I got to tell you. And this is not our studio. This is my messy garage number 4. Good cam. Thank you, Sasha. Okay. Comb your hair. Just so you know, I get up at 4:45 to do a radio show at 6:30. There's not a whole lot of time there for showering. So, uh, looks good, sounds good. Paul Paul. There, the hat's coming now. I can see it. All right. Well, y'all can see. Hello, Belva. Thank you. Here comes the hat. There we go. Oh, you can't even see the hat. It's a Yankees hat. Hello, Hooli. Is it kind of strange not seeing me with Ron? That's funny because people always ask us, "Are you guys married?" Yeah, just not to each other. All right. What radio show do I do? Wayne Ross. I do a weekly Saturday morning radio show on a station here in Sacramento, but it's heard on the web worldwide at 1015khits.com. That's KHITS hits.com. And it's on 6:30 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday mornings, but we have a free podcast of the show every week, and that podcast is with all the music taken, well, 3 songs taken out and all the commercials taken out, so it's just the content of the show. And that can be found on the website really easily too. You just go to where the drop-down menus are. Right next to home, there's a thing says hosts, and I think I'm the 4th or 5th person down in the line there. When you click on my picture with the sunglasses on, it takes you right to a free media player, and you can check out as many podcasts as you want. All right, let's see. Thank you, Wayne, for the question. I got up 4:15 to be at work at 5 today, Ronnie. Wow, welcome to my world. Davio is... Oh, there's Davio. I thought he was doing breakfast with Davio. Let's see. Morning, Ronnie. Christian says, hey, morning, Ronnie. Davio. Pancakes. So that must be what Davio was serving up this morning on Breakfast with Davio. Not a big fan of the pancakes. I think Ronnie and I would both agree that we're waffle guys. Oh, yeah. You can't beat a waffle. Just so you know, I had just got the Terry Point sea camp line from someone else. If you can't already tell, it appears that we have achieved the ability to go live, and with any luck at all, it should happen tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Pacific time. And we have something Ronnie and I need to talk about, but he's at work today, so we can't really chat, about a claim that the treasure has been found. That's all I'm going to say for right now. And we believe it's a fraudulent claim. Oh, Otis, yeah, the first video I saw with you. Oh, Otis, did you see Mr. Romance? Was that what it was? Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. In our library, there are a couple of episodes of a little thing I fooled around with called Ask Mr. Romance, and I answered some of the email letters that I got from people. And Mr. Romance, if there's one thing he knows, you got it. And his catchphrase is, if love is the answer, could you please repeat the question? Alan K says it hasn't been found. That's my claim. Yeah, I know. We'll talk about it tomorrow after Ronnie and I discuss it this evening. As soon as he gets off work, he's got something going on as well. So I guess technically this is live, though, isn't it? Our first live broadcast. Debbie Teal says we all hope it's a fraudulent one. Well, the way it's been presented to us and the way things are unfolding, Lavender Blonde, I know. We'll discuss it in the morning. Please make sure you're tuned in at 7 a.m. Pacific. That's 10 o'clock Eastern. Plan accordingly. It involves a picture. I can say that. Hooli, I'm calling company coming. I'm not sure I'll be there. Well, thank you, Hooli. I'm not sure how this. Hey, Jason, look at this, would you? Could you? It's working. A big shout out to Jason. He's been helping Ronnie get this figured out, and ultimately, what we decided to do was just go with the setup that Jason has because his is perfect. And so we bought. I know I'm a tease. I'm sorry, but you know. Check it out. Christian says Sasha's video on SB203 was awesome. Check it, peeps. There you go. It's me, Lou Gallagher, saying do it. Let's see. Can you do mass earlier on Sundays? That's NFL kickoff time. Oh, wow. You know, that really hadn't crossed our mind in the planning, Alan. God, you know, I already got to be at Ronnie's house at 6:30 in the morning to do this. And what that means ultimately is that there is not one day in the week where I get to sleep in. Monday to Friday, I work my regular job. Saturday morning, I'm up for the radio show. Sunday morning, now it'll be Mass Live and our recordings of the other shows that we'll be doing as well. So I will tell you this about this claim. And you know, I'm not worried about the picture angle here. I'm just, I have talked to Mr. Fenn about it. Okay, Lavender? And I mentioned earlier in the other live that I did from the radio station that he did talk about it. And if you didn't see that, well, we'll talk about it again tomorrow morning. But I have been in touch with him about this. Hooli, lots of false claims in 9 years, but I'll be happy when it is found. You know, I asked Mr. Fenn a question about a week ago about all the hubbub about the treasure and if he tires of fielding thousands of email questions and statements and some lunatics that go along with it, and does it drive him nuts? Does he tire of it? Is it impossible for him to go places now. And I'll be honest, you know what? I think it was too much. And he did not get back to me. Don't know why. Maybe he didn't see it. But we'll see. What time with you now? UK 1728. It is 9:29 Pacific time right now. 9:29. Paul. So mark your calendars or whatever. Mark your phones so you don't forget. First kickoff is 9 a.m. Pacific. Mass will start at 7 a.m. and be done way before that starts. Well, there you go, Ronnie, with the facts. 9 a.m. Oh, yeah, we're not going to go live for 2 hours. My gosh, nobody needs that. We might be like one of the other shows if we did that. In hour 4, we might talk about the Fen treasure. I can watch Mass and Facebook at the same time. 30 minutes of Facebook on mute. Yeah, there you go. You know, is anybody getting as tired of Facebook as I am? It's just so dang boring. You know, the reason that I've always used Facebook is not to go make friends from high school so much, or tell you what I'm having for dinner, but for funny stuff. I really think that Facebook would be a much better place if there were more funny stuff on it. And you know, that goes for memes. I mean, I see people post memes that I saw 6 years ago. Now, some of them last the test of time, but most of them don't. And that other thing about if you do not forward this message, you will have bad luck for the next 33 years. Well, first of all, I'm going to just delete that. I'm not going to be alive 33 more years. So I guess in that essence, I would have bad luck. But in any case, some of that stuff is just horrible. So over. Yeah, exactly. It's just so over. And, you know, Ronnie and I talk about how we use Facebook as our social media format of choice. I don't know. I'm just not a Twitter guy. Ronnie does some Twittering, not a lot. I don't get the whole thing. I understand social media and it's fine, but I just think it's ruined. It's ruined by all of the crap that people put on there. Put something funny on there. You know, write something funny. I have a friend who's a comedian down in Southern California. Tom McLean is his name. Some of you may have heard of him. And I know he's a stand-up comedian, sure. But, you know, he posts funny, creative stuff on there, and you just go, wow, I got to like that. I have got to like that because it's so unique and creative. But that's how I feel. Otis doesn't do Facebook. Yeah. Corvette Ronnie. The next A Hippie's Lips will be 4 hours long. Well, you're going to do about 3 of those hours on your own. Yeah, funny is way better than... yeah, that's the other thing, too, Davio, is the politics. You know, a lot of people... In fact, we just had a message this week about somebody asking us, why don't we do more topical stuff? And I don't want to say that we're going to limit ourselves, and a day may come when a particular event takes place, life-changing for that matter, when we would certainly discuss something. But politics is so divisive with people. And best friends, one a Republican, one a Democrat, can have a falling out just because of their political viewpoints. And that should not separate people. You know, we have enough separation as it is. And that all stems, in my opinion, from labeling. People always want to judge. People always want to judge you, put you in a box. And I'm not sure I like that. Mark Connor, I don't do Facebook either. Otis, no. Jimmy Slow-Mo, I love that your parody nickname stuck with you. That's pretty funny. We called him Jimmy Fast. And then he changed his name here on YouTube for a while. Football. Yeah, football season is right around the corner. Ronnie is a 49er fan, big time. And obviously, he and I both lived through the Joe Montana and Dwight Clark the catch, and all of those championships that Joe Montana led. I would, although, first let me say, I'm a New York Giants, New York Jets fan. Some of you may know I grew up on the East Coast, and I didn't live 30 years there. I only lived there for about 7 years or so, but that's what I grew up on. First, it was the New York Football Giants, and then the Jets came into existence, and we all know the story with Joe Namath and how he changed things, which always makes me think about a Sports Illustrated cover that I had with Joe Namath when he signed the first contract that was an exorbitant amount of money to pay a quarterback, $400,000. Oh my God. you can't even get. Oh, never mind. I won't go there. All right, let's see what's going on here. A hippie's lips. People should treat Facebook like a good bar. No politics and no religion. Yeah, really. You know, it's just really divisive. And we do need to be united. Um, and the divisiveness comes, and I talk about this a lot, subcultures. You know, the treasure searchers, defend treasure searchers. This is a subculture of America. It is a substantial amount of people, a group, if you will, who are very steadfast on their convictions and their beliefs on where the treasure might be or what their solve might be. Um, when I said FB, I meant football on mute. Sorry about that, Otis. FB to me is Facebook. Football, yeah, I gotcha. Ronnie, he's got to get back to work. He's got important stuff to do, so he's going to leave here. While I'm on here, y'all have any questions you want to ask me? Otherwise, I'm going to shut this thing down. To win the Super Bowl, Christian who? Sign with the devil. Who are you saying to win the Super Bowl? Are you asking me? Because I'm a homer. I'm going to root for my teams. We've had certainly our share of the Giants and the Jets, for that matter, have had our share of problems with draft choices and poor draft choices and poor trades and quarterback issues, and nobody wants to play there. Everybody, it's funny because New York is such a huge town. You play in New York and you become a star. If you're good, you become a star. But at the same time, you live and die by the sword, right? The search is a great distraction from the propaganda. Yeah, I agree. It's a great distraction from a lot of things. But there's such a thing as overdoing it. Hey, my overhead light in this garage just clicked on because the ballast is bad. See if you notice any change when that light comes on. I just moved the camera too. Did you just bring up Namath? Yeah, Joe Namath. I understand that he has a new book out. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I've got my laptop open. This is how I'm going live right now. How close are you to visiting Forest? We'll take that on tomorrow, Alan. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Did you notice any shift in the light? I'm moving the camera a little bit. Yeah. Joe Namath has a new book out, and as soon as I'm done here, I think I'm going to order that off Amazon. A friend of mine, Matt McGrew, told me he got it from his wife for his birthday, and he told me it's just fantastic. And I've always been such a Joe Namath fan, as he was kind of a lecherous young man, and he's also become kind of a lecherous old man. Interesting. Some people never change. Old habits die hard, right? Yeah. Let's see. What else? Questions? Anybody got one? I can't really speak for Ron. Got a call for service, he said. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you were in Grass Valley. No kidding, Davio. You know where Antelope is? I live in Antelope, which is just down the 80 corridor. Yeah, we should do that. Maybe me, you, and Ronnie could meet for lunch or something after we shoot on Sundays. Just so you know, that's what's going to happen now. It's not the greatest situation for me, honestly, but it's the situation that presents itself. Ronnie and I used to sit down on Saturday mornings right after my radio show, and we would bang out about 6 to 8 different episodes. We'd record them, and then once we finished on Saturday morning, I'd drive back to my house, which is completely on the other side of town from Ronnie, and have a little lunch, and then start editing videos for the next week. And I would try to do 2 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday if possible, but that's because I had Sunday off. I'd get up at 7, start editing right away, and have 3 episodes done by 5 o'clock that afternoon. But now, with us going live on Sunday morning at 7 for however long we'll be live, an hour or so, I imagine, that really kind of takes time out of shooting the rest of our videos, and we still have to get those done, the non-Fen videos. And so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time on Sunday to be editing with this new schedule. Hooley, Gallagher Entertainment. So Forrest didn't confirm or deny the chest was found, if I understood you properly, Lou. Yes. I'm thinking, Hooley. Hold on, girl. Deny is such a strong word. Confirm, he did not confirm. I did some of that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Let's all meet at Hooters in Dublin. What, Ireland? Okay, I'm there. Let's see. I did some of the live morning shows with KSJO. Huh. What were some of the things you talked about, Davio? JSMO, where did peeps see that? See, here's what I'm concerned about with this claim on the traffic, on the treasure, sorry. When we go live tomorrow, I'm not able to show pictures or slides or not even have a logo up. So I don't know how that's... Oh, East Bay. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. James Cruz. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know it's just me. It's not Ronnie. This started out as a test, but it seems like we've been going for a while. I don't know how long it's been. I don't see that here. Michael Miller, video on what women really want. Did you watch that? We did an episode on that. They want funny people, guys, or companions, whatever. And they want honesty. And if you want to know any more, you got to watch the video. Go back into the archives and find that one. You guys realize that we do have 462 videos. Probably 100 of them are Fen related or close to it. And the other 300 are very interesting topics. And you know what? Here, let me throw this out for a second while I got y'all. You can share your screen. Okay, I'm not sure how to do that, but Rusty, I'll look into it. If you have any tips, let me know. Ken, excellent question. He says, Forrest says he likes you guys and is willing to meet. What's your main goal or area of interest with Forrest Fen other than the chase? Well, if you're going to do a bullet point list, the chase does not make it. I want to hear him talk about his military service. I want to know what it's like to fly a plane, what it's like to fly over 300 missions in 1 year. I want to know what he likes to do with his time now. Is he still an avid fisherman? Does he have some places near Santa Fe that he likes to go? Can we go fishing with him? That would be fun. Imagine that. And I've said this before. For some reason, and I know he's getting up there in age, I want to play horseshoes with the guy. I grew up playing horseshoes. My dad was one of the best horseshoe players I ever knew. And when he and I used to team up at family events, nobody wanted to play us, so we eventually just walked away. Let's see. There are so many other things. Ronnie has a list as well that he's compiled. I don't have that in front of me, so um, you know, I want to know about what's inside Forrest's heart. How he's stayed married, these many years to Peggy. What the secret is to a very happy marriage. Um, how much does compromise play in the role? How important are the people being individuals as well as a couple? Just stuff like that, life stuff. What the winning lottery numbers would be. I want to hear about the art business. That's another fascinating thing, I think. Um, I just saw some new pictures, which I'll try to get to you guys in an upcoming episode, of Forrest with a whole bunch of artwork in his gallery. Um, Memories of his youth. Absolutely. You know, when I read the book, look, I got it. Whoops. I got it right here. I don't go very far from the book ever. I want to know more about the marble story. I just don't understand how he rubbed them on his legs, other than maybe to polish them, but to make a marble perfectly round, unless you got a machine, I don't know how you do that. When he was 16. Yeah, there's the book. See, I got it. It's not very far at all. We want to know so we can prepare for tomorrow's discussion. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm doing what I don't like, and that's reading all of these. I'm trying to read all of them. We want to know. Where's Wayne's first question? Oh, great. Someone with a leaf blower. Can y'all hear that? My garage door is open too. All right. Well, I don't see any more questions. Anybody else? Jump in. Jump on. Let's go. Marbles are in triangles. Okay. I've never played with triangular marbles. Sounds like an interesting game. Not sure, Christian. Yeah. So let's see. What's the rest of the day look like today? Well, I can tell you that in California, we've had about the last 4 or 5 days with temperatures near or above 100 degrees. And I can tell you that, one day of 100 degrees, not bad. Things are cool. 2 days, 100-degree temperatures, things start getting a little dicey. People start getting a little antsy. People start losing their tempers. You get 3 days over 100, good luck. All bets are off. Today, Saturday, is a day where they're forecasting 82 or 83 degrees for a high, which is, 20 degrees cooler and very tolerable. That's what I always tell people. I can do a day or two of 100 degrees in a row. It's not that big a deal, really. But, give me a break. Give me a day or two in between the next 100. I know, I'm talking to the weather, and you can't control the weather. And I could do 20 minutes here on weather people, but I'll save that. The marble story is an important hint. If you don't want to bother him about the chase, don't ask. Okay, that might be good advice. Triangulate Ronnie. The marbles in the pics are in triangles. Yeah, no, I understand, Christian. I like I said, book right here. Fen stories not in the books. Exactly. I've seen a couple of videos lately where Mr. Fenn, I'm sorry, has been talking to some other people, and it seems as though to this guy that perhaps he is more open to chatting with women. That's what I'm saying. And we're going to talk about this Fenn trip to Santa Fe, New Mexico tomorrow on the show when we go Sunday morning mass. So we hope that y'all won't miss that. Hooley, James, no doubt. Yeah, that's what's wrong with Florida. Too damn hot, man. Yeah, James, if you live in Florida, you probably go through this too, and maybe you do live on a beach, but other people around the country that have never been to California think that we all surf and live on the beach. And we open up our back door and there's the ocean and the beach. It's not the case. Um, I could almost spin the camera around and show you that I live in a suburb of Sacramento. And the nice thing about Sacramento is that you can get to the ocean in virtually 2 hours, and you can get to Lake Tahoe in a little less than 2 hours. The point is, if you wanted to, technically, you could snow ski in the morning in Lake Tahoe, drive back to Sacramento, and get to a lake and then go water skiing all in the same day. That's pretty cool. I don't know of too many people that can really claim that, but that's the way it is. Are you and Ronnie gigging soon? If so, video and put a little clip of Terry and Marvel rocking out. Huh. You know, that's a great observation, Ken. Here's the problem, though. Herein lies the problem with us playing musically, and we have for 45 years. We would do that, but what we do is cover songs. YouTube is not going to allow that. I went through a situation a while back where on my show, radio show, I did a broadcast where I cooked food on the manifold of my wife's pickup truck, including cookies, chocolate chip to be specific. And because we played a few too many seconds of a Beach Boys song a little too long, Facebook made us take it down and we couldn't post it. And it was the funniest, most informational, most well planned out, produced show that we've done in the 11 years that we've been doing the show. And because of that, because of about 12 seconds too much of a Beach Boys song that came up, we couldn't do it. A whole hour's worth of work, and we had to scrap it. So Ronnie and I don't even bother to dance a fine line around the line. We just don't do it. It's not worth it. Other shows play music. They're not supposed to be. They aren't. Other shows play commercials. Not supposed to be doing that either. There's licensing agreements, and there's so much that go into that boy, if you have a lawyer at the ready, great. But that's why we don't play any music. It's just, I guess if we did a original tune, because we have a couple of those that we do, maybe we could get by, but I don't know, it's something to consider. I'll bounce it off of Ronnie, see what he says. Send Terry Scant. Okay. That reminds me, we had a final bid on that dress of $125, and I closed the bidding on it, but the person flaked. And that was the thing I was trying to avoid. Uh-oh. That's my son-in-law in his noisy BMW. Ronnie needs to wear a wig and dress then. Okay. We still have the dress. In fact, it's in my car, hanging up on a hanger. And the money that would be donated from the purchase of that dress would go to our trip to Santa Fe. So, you know what? I'll just tell you, this weekend, since we're going to be live, we're live today and we'll be live tomorrow. If you want to bid on the dress, let's make it $100, because I know of somebody that would do it for $100. I don't know that I can throw the wig in. That actually does belong to my wife. Not that she wears a lot of wigs, but you know how women weave hair in their heads or clip them or whatever they do. It's one of those. That's why it looked so weird. Ronnie still has his mustache. I saw a picture from him from last night when he was at the REO Speedwagon concert, and he's still got a goatee going on. So there's no way I can get you the mustache. But let's start the bidding at $100 on the dress. And if we get to at least 150, then we'll make it happen, and I'll ship the dress to you. 150 would probably take it, but we'll start it at 100. So think about it. Ronnie needs to wear wig and dress. Let's see. Man, I'm starting to get tired. Back to Forrest denying the fraudulent claim. Do I have a friend in the audio department at work? Why do you ask, Jimmy? We use engineers at work, but whereas radio stations used to keep an engineer on staff, now they're all contracted. So I know a few of them. I know a guy who's very good. J.A. Street, I do try. Or Josie's. Okay, J.A. Street, that's good. Yeah, Rusty, I think you should be the number. Hey, who's going to be number one? The number one commenter on Sunday morning mass tomorrow when we go live at 7. Who will be first? I'll be interested to see. Yeah, J.A. Street. I don't mention that other show too much anymore. Not because there's a problem. It's just done. We're done with that. Oh, Davio Audio. Okay. Brian is still alive, yes? Brian who? Oh, yeah, Brian's still alive, of course. Can't you dub over them? No, because you can't edit a Facebook Live. You don't have the ability to edit it where you could edit it out. In order for it to run all day, it has to meet their standards, and that one didn't. It pissed me off to no end. It's, you know what, and it's not Brian. It's that the guy that wears the Beach Boys hat all the time. Can't remember his name. Not Al Jardine. The other guy, the singer guy. Let's see. Wake up, bake up, and chat tomorrow on Sunday morning mass. I'm excited. As you can see, I could do this for an hour. But I do have some stuff to do. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and it's almost 10 o'clock. So does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask before I skedaddle? That's an old... you know what? I was thinking, or maybe I should say I'm considering the possibility of changing the name of the show. Dun, dun, dun. What I'd like to call it, no, not Uncle Jesse. I know he plays drums in the Beach Boys. What I'd like to call it is Two Grumpy Old Men. What do you think of that? Do you think we would lose viewers if we changed the name? If we made a transition? I'm always thinking about the show and trying to make it better. And, I have the feeling, although the ladies that are on the board here, the chat board today, would tell you differently, I think there are a lot of women that have a problem with the name because it sounds a little sexist. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, we're about to do some merch. And we did just tweak our logo just slightly, a little bit. Before we start, maybe we should think about, but see, then we would have to rebrand that name all over again. People know us as Men Are So Smart or Mass. So what do you think? I'm asking you right now. Let me see it in the comments, okay? While I'm sitting here, it's 10 o'clock. I have to make sure that my Yankees aren't on TV. Let me check real quick here. Hey, Davio, I'm getting hungry and I could use some pancakes, but you need to call them waffles. All right, I don't see any baseball on yet. Okay. Will Ann Margaret join you too? Cool name. Can you keep the Sunday morning mass name as well? Yeah, we could do that. I mean, Sunday morning mass could become its own show by itself, and maybe that's the Fen episode that we do for the week. Um, what I'm trying to do, Belva says she doesn't think there's any problem with the name. Well, I don't think there should be. Jimmy Slomo says the Corvette Ronnie and Lou show. You got that backwards. It would be the Lou and Corvette Ronnie show. Sunday morning mass would be gone. No, it wouldn't be. Sunday morning mass could be a great deal to do with. Oh, and we're going to play a game tomorrow. JT says leave it like it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I'm leaning towards that. No fish under Ronnie's car seat. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. Stay with mass, in my opinion, Otis. Keep your name L. Ryder. Word. Okay, so I would say from that amount, men are so satirical. That's a suggestion. That's always good. Mass with the two grumpy old guys. Mm-hmm. Just don't get sued over the movie. Yeah, no, I got that in mind too, Ken. Um, two grumpy old guys. I don't I don't think that would be a problem. The other thing too, from a marketing standpoint, and I've explained to you guys before that technically this is our business. From a marketing standpoint, we've already branded this name, and I have menarososmart.com. Getting a .com nowadays is not easy. And two grumpy old men, if I'm not mistaken, I checked that a while back, and I think somebody had that domain. Or maybe it was just two grumpy guys. I'm not sure. Either way, if we couldn't get a .com out of that, then I'm not sure I'd go in that direction. Should do a show from inside Ronnie's vet. Well, it wouldn't be the first time we did the show from inside something. In the first couple of episodes of Men Are So Smart, like episode 4 through 6 or 7, we were in a boat. We were shooting our show at the same place where our band practices, and it's a boat shop. And our drummer is a guy who fixes the structures of boats, when there's damage or water damage or whatever. He fixes that stuff. And sometimes we got to squeeze all that equipment into about a 10 by 10 area. And so we thought, well, hey, why not get one of the boats? Interesting. I'd rather do it on the water. Ronnie and I have always had this dream that we would get a barge-like boat and load all of our equipment on the back and go floating down the Sacramento River using generators for power, of course, and playing our music all the way down the river. There's a place by Garden Highway here in Sacramento where they have a couple of restaurants that are right on the water, and we could anchor there and play a little music. Might be cool. Well, it would be cool, but we haven't done it to this point. Men are sometimes smart. Yeah, I don't know if that's got the right ring to it. Why are you considering changing it anyway? Well, J.A., it's because the name is hard to get by when you're a woman, I think. And it's not that we call it men are smarter than women. We don't call it men are smarter than anybody. We just say men are so smart. And as I always say on my radio show when I promote it, we prove virtually every episode we're not really that smart. Or are we? It's not the name, it's the content that matters. Belva, that's very nice. We hope to be able to just continue to keep bringing you the same content, quality-wise. Um, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, tomorrow we're going to do something that we've never, yeah, it's a marketing thing. We're going to do something that we've never done before, and I don't want to tip it off, but it has something to do with fantasy. Maybe not what you're thinking. Maybe the smart should be in quotes. Hot Rod Mav. What does it indicate if it's in quotes? Sarcasm? Is that the way it would be perceived? I guess the question is, are the people who are offended by the name the demographic that you would like? Well, okay, that is really a good question. This would be the answer, or with a question mark. Yeah, I did that on an episode recently, too. Somebody suggests that. JT, that's funny. Instead of calling it a gypsy's kiss, call it a grandpa's fart. AGF. Once again, our viewers are so freaking creative. You guys are the best. Yeah, I know we say it almost on every episode, but I just want you to know I really mean it when I say we appreciate you guys. We really do appreciate that you watch. We get such a kick out of doing this, and honestly, you know, as I've said, Ronnie, I went to him about 3 years ago, and I said, I really want to do this when you retire. And I've had this dream, if you will, in my head for quite a few years now to do this. And the reason I wanted to is because for 35 years that I've worked in radio, I've always had to answer to a program director as to what I can say, what I can't say, what I can do, what I can't do. I had one program director when I was working at an oldie station several years back. I was doing the 7 to midnight show in the evenings, and he told me, you know what, you do anything you want to do, anything. If you want to talk every record, talk every record. If you want to play Will It Flush, play Will It Flush. Anything you do, you can do it. And that show went to #1 in the ratings, and the next thing I knew, I was doing mornings at the station. So what I'm saying is, I've believed for this many years in what kind of a show would really work. I wonder, in fact, where's my dang phone? Here's my phone right now. I'm gonna go to my analytics for the show, and I'm gonna show you. Oh man, I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. Here are the demographics for the last month, and the top one is men. The bottom one is women. Okay, I'm gonna hold that in front of this. There's a 6-second delay. Once I see what it looks like here, I'll show you what the demographic reach is. Just hold on, it's coming. Okay, here comes the phone. Still holding it here. Okay, so if you can't see it, it says men 100%, women 0. And we started out, what we wanted to do was a show for men, done by men. But that kind of shuts us down to a whole audience of women who we believe would enjoy our sense of humor. And therein, as I said, lies the problem. I just showed you 100% men watch our show. And so some of you ladies who are reading the chat and watching, I know what you're saying. But see, my question is, how do we reach other women like you who do enjoy our program? And I think that really is a program for both men and women. Even though it is called Men Are So Smart, it's very tongue-in-cheek. Davio, yeah, women are not watching. Yikes, exactly. And, I mean, the marketing that we do is on social media. It's not like we're on TV or movies. Hooli is 0% a woman. Oh, okay. Gotta give her for a wedding. Okay. Steve Klein, yeah, we are live. Well, I am live. Ronnie's working today. But we will be live tomorrow morning for Sunday morning Mass. Once again, 7 a.m. on the West Coast and 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Anything else that GL would like to comment on? Questions, comments, anything? Anybody interested in that dress from Terry Scant? The offer right now is $100. That's the bid. Invite women to be on your show. We had a woman on once, a good friend of mine, a very attractive lady. She was a poker dealer at a local casino, and she is definitely all woman. And it just, the vibe wasn't right. The chemistry wasn't right. And not to mention, she and I had done a radio show on poker on the local ESPN radio station here in Sacramento. And we did that for, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months or so. So we had pretty much gotten our timing down and knew what we were doing as a duo. It just didn't work. It didn't work. Let's see. A mascot. Okay. There's 3 watching in my house right on 3 different devices right now, I think you mean. Hello, Ryder family. How you doing? Is it heating out there? Yeah, I discussed that. Today is going to be a beautiful day in the mid 80s. But the last 4 days have been like 99, 100, 107, 104. And it's been unbearable. Seriously. When I got home last night from work, my house was 88 degrees. Honestly, I think you could change the name of the channel and still you wouldn't have women on your show. Huh. Tom Sawyer, are you suggesting that we're sexist? Is that what you mean? I don't think that's the case. KT Southwest, hello to you, KT. That's what we call my daughter, Katie. KT. Does the dress come with a stain? No. No. A cat mascot. Well, we do have a cat that sometimes gets in the garage when we're recording. The cat's name is Punky, and Punky's awesome. Loves to be pet, but sheds like you can't believe. We had Punky on a couple weeks back. Hi, Lou Ryder family. Hi, Jayla. I understand your pain. It's been 100 plus degrees here in Texas. Yeah, Lavender, that's the thing, 1 or 2 days here and there, and then maybe a cool day, or even, God forbid, in California, some rain. That ain't happening in the summertime. You know that "It Never Rains in California" song? It's true. Maybe just show intro showing men not so smart, funny, Wile E. Coyote type. Okay, Tom. All right. He says, I'm saying the content is not appealing to women. Well, let me throw that out to the women who are in the chat right now. You see our content. You see what we do. We deliver consistently with the same kinds of things. I think there are some topics that might be more appealing to men, but I think in general, they're mostly, I think they're, I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't have the answer, but as we've mentioned before, our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I checked before I did this live test, and let's see, what was it? 625. We're at 625. Some of you have seen Lou and Ronnie 500 subscribers as one of the guys chatting here today. And it doesn't seem that long ago, does it? 500. But we're at 625. The last few days, I think we've been pretty stagnant in terms of subscribers. And, I've just cited the example of the percentage of women. They're not watching, they're not subscribing. So if we're not doing any other marketing, why is it? It can only be the name. Men making sandwiches. That'd be a first. The show appeals more to men. Nothing wrong with that. No, exactly. Jimmy Kimmel got his start doing the Man Show. And I don't want to say that we're cut from the same cloth. That's really not the case. But in my mind, I always thought it would be a show for men. Sean, our good buddy Sean Dotson, has a show for beer drinking guys. And that's what I am. That's why I enjoy watching his show. Not just for the beer. He's a great host. And he does have great guests on. But, that's what it is. It is kind of a show for men. Let's see. Shave your cat for the heat. No. The show appeals... the account is owned by a man, but is currently being operated by a woman, and she loves your show. This account is owned by a man, but is currently... Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you didn't mention your name, and I know it's not Phil. A lot of people... Oh, I hope that's not a delivery. FedEx. I don't have time. Put it on the car. Just put it on the car, okay? All right. Let's see. Get your wives involved with your show. Look, I've been married to my wife for 28 years, and we were together for 2 years before that, so that makes 30. And I've been doing radio for 34 or 35 years. I can't remember. My wife has been on the radio show twice. She does not enjoy being in the limelight. She doesn't even enjoy having her picture taken. I just, and I can't speak for Ron's wife, Vicky, but I got a feeling that if they really wanted to be on the show, they might have asked by now. So I don't think that's viable. Wives, daughters. My daughter might be good. Belva. Okay, so now here is a woman's point of view on this whole thing. Belva says, in terms of the content, that is not true. Content is very entertaining. Keep doing the same thing. Maybe some of you guys can invite some of your lady friends to watch and get some feedback. There, that's a great idea. See, I'm taking the hat off again. I'm sorry. It's driving me nuts. That's the kind of suggestion that we do like. We're not a fan of, you guys should do a topic on boats on the river. No. Ultimately, Ronnie does have some say in stories that we do, but I do most of the research for the shows. So I guess for the most part, maybe 90 to 95%, I pick out the content from doing the research. And then Ronnie just jumps on board with his funny shtick. Let's see. How about men putting the seat down? Well, we did discuss that. It's very healthy for men to sit when they pee. Okay? Did a whole episode. Seat down. Yeah, put it up. Men are so smart. That might actually draw in more women. Seat down, LOL. Do women put the seat up for men? See, there you go. Why has it got to be on us? Why you got to do that? Where's Ronnie? Let's get Ronnie's at work today. And he has a really important job where he works here in Sacramento. And he's not a security cop, okay? He actually works for the Department of Homeland Security. And I can't go into what it is he actually does, but it involves a very large structure that's located somewhere in the surrounding area. He wears a gun, and he patrols an area, several. It's a very important job, so he can't be fooling around on YouTube this morning. And see, this initiated as me just doing a test today to make sure that we could go live tomorrow morning using the same equipment that Jason uses, Jason Dent. And we've got a Logitech camera, which has a built-in microphone. We had some problems with OBS on Ron's computer. I downloaded it to my computer this morning, and since then it's worked absolutely perfectly. And I've just been talking, answering your questions. J.A. Street, I have 5 daughters. Look before you sit. Yeah. Yep. Hooli says, I just watched that one on the toilet seats. I'm jabbing for fun. Absolutely, you guys. That's what this is all about. Our lives are so dang serious all the time. We are so inundated with horrible news, mass shootings, earthquakes, fires. We're bombarded with really bad news. And see, the thing is, the news stations, they're all battling for ratings. You got to understand that. When they show a cat video, it's because they know it'll get them ratings. When they show people suffering because of a wildfire that wipes out an entire town called Paradise, they're right on it to show the devastation and the great loss. Why? Well, they might tell you that it's because they care and they're involved in the community, but what is their job ultimately? I'm asking. Ultimately, it's to get ratings. Think about that for a second, okay? And we live in a world that's much more visual right now. Everything is seen on YouTube. How to fix something, how to make something. That's why newspapers went away, because it wasn't moving pictures. And so newspapers, for the most part, are gone. All right, I moved the camera up to eye level maybe. I don't know. It's a whip. All right, I don't know what my background looks like here. I'll try that right there. I set it up to do a test. I didn't know I was going to be doing a whole freaking show on my own here. It took me weeks to watch all your videos. I have never heard you disrespect a woman. See, never. It's not what this show is about, and it never will be. And it's okay. Here comes the camera. All right, let's see. There you go. That's my messy garage right now, and my hair looks terrible too. I hope that's better. I have 5 daughters. Look, oh, I've already read that. Let's see. Okay, guys. Replace all the toilets with Asian-style ones. Camera angle's better. Okay, there you go. Except that it shows my garage. All right, everybody's happy. Well, this will be what we have tomorrow. What does this say? It's a probability factor. Oh, wait a minute. I am laughing at some of the men's suggestions, trying to figure out what women really think. Sorry, that is not going to happen. We know. Trust me. That's part of what makes the show entertaining. Exactly. I mean, if you want my wife to come on here so that we could just argue, we could do that, I suppose. But maybe she'll do it from off camera, and you'll just hear her voice, kind of like Charlie Brown's teacher. Remember? Wah 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 wah. I don't like sitting. The water is cold. Yeah, I know what you mean. Lavender blonde. J.A. Street. It's a probability factor. 2 out of 2 things a woman does on the toilet, she does it sitting down. 1 out of 2, or 2 out of 2 things a man does, depending on how he urinates, he does it sitting down. I'm telling you, we did a show that research shows it's healthier for men to sit down when they pee. It's healthier. And I know what you're saying. Men don't do that. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes they do. Just depends on the situation. If I'm at home waiting for the shower to heat up, I might just sit down. Okay? Let's see. Homeland Security. I'm out of here. I'll never sign. No, you don't need to worry about it. Replace all the. Give Me Dirty Laundry. Remember that song? One of my favorites. Don Henley. Paint the garage walls gamma green. Well, okay, I'll put it on the list. Not high on the list. Get your wives to fill in. We've covered that. It will take time to get people on board. Summer slows down for the fen chase. Bedhead. You know what? Shut up. Yeah, you're right. I explained about 2 hours ago, or whenever I started this video, that I get up very early on Saturday to do a radio show, and I don't have time between when I get up, research, and getting to the radio station to take a shower on Saturday. So you get what you get, and don't throw a fit. Sitting is better on my knee. There's another advantage right there. Okay. Tony Driver. Anything else, my friends? Do I need to put the hat back on? Here. Hold on. There we go. Now we'll see. You know, it's really weird. The shirt I'm wearing is green, and it's showing up blue on the screen. I get my eyes from my mom and my grandma, and they are very blue. Usually I'm wearing glasses, Mr. Blue Eyes. Yeah, that's me. Wait till you see this hat. Hold on, here it comes. There you go. Now, do you believe me? I'm a New York fan. Yankees and Mets. Hats within reach. Checking the TV to see if there's a Yankee game on today. They're playing Cleveland. Sometimes I will wake up. Believe me, it would be impossible to sit down on the toilet unless I wanted to hit the... Okay, all right, Tom. Okay, that's pretty creative, bud. All right, Mets and Yankees, sacrilege. Sorry, it is what it is. My team too, Mets. Hat is still clean. Yeah. I really only wear them for videos, it seems like. I don't wear them out much anymore. Only because it's so god dang hot that it leaves a sweat ring around the hat, and nobody wants that. And don't tell me I can wash it in the dishwasher, because that ruins things every time. The hat is never the same. Okay, people, get some comments in here. I'm getting hungry. I've gone for I don't even know how long, an hour or so here. Everybody's still with me though. It's all good. How long has this been? 9:20. Oh yeah, I've been with you for an hour. Wow. Braves fan, Hot Rod Mav, huh? Is it Hot Rod Mav? Show. All right, Paul. White Sox. Really? Of the Chicago teams, you picked the White Sox? All right, Jimmy Slow-Mo. I guess you never want to win a world championship, huh? That's the look my grandson gives me when I ask him a question. He goes like this. Mail me a t-shirt before you change the brand, please. Michael, relax. Relax. Everybody. Are we going to play theme music like AGK now? No, we're not doing any of that. Good luck on the fights. I saw he commented yesterday. Yeah. You know what, Steve? He told me in a message. Let me see what he said. Hold on real quick. Stand by. Come on. Ronnie says, I get home from work at 5:30 tonight and have to speak at a dinner at church at 6:15. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much watching of that fighting. Yes, Cleveland and Yankees at 11. Okay, we'll see now. Now I know I've got a little more time if you all want me to stay with you. Is that what you'd like? Because I will. I'd like to put my fan on because it's starting to warm up out here. But if I do, you're not going to be able to hear me, even with the new camera. Yeah, grow the channel. Grow the channel. Truly is important. Yeah, you know, how do you people feel about this? I'm told, I have mixed feelings about how important it is to be live. Now, Ronnie and I dumped a bunch of money into making this happen We were told by a close associate that there are some advantages to going live in terms of views and time spent viewing. And so we've gone down this road, and here we are today. Otis, MLBHD. I have MLB. I have, what do you call it? Not Verizon. Whatever, the other one. Yeah, and be in the know. Anybody wants that dress, $125 takes it. $125, I'll ship you the dress. It all goes to our Visit Forest Fen in Santa Fe trip. So there you go. One of the advantages of getting to 1,000 viewers is that we can have super chat, and so that's one of the things that we really want to be able to do. It's kind of like, as it was explained to me, it's kind of like when they pass the platter at church. You're there, you want to support the good things the church is doing in and around and outside the church. You give a little something, something. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know I would do it. If there were a show like ours that was something I enjoyed watching and found funny, and Tom Sawyer. Oh, he's replying to Davio. You should do live shows about rock climbing and transfer your knowledge to the world. Well, there you go, Davio. It sounds to me like you've got a month's worth of topics right there, bud. See, because that's what it's really all about. That's what it really is about. Lou, if you go to live show format, it's got to be the same time every week. Then your viewers automatically will come on, as we'll all remember the time. Well, Tony, we're planning that it will be Sunday morning mass, and that will be every Sunday. But you got to remember that there are times when either Ronnie has to work, or he's got an event, something with his wife. He has more of a life than I do, honestly. All I ever do is edit video, and that's another advantage to this live. There's no editing that has to take place. And that's a beautiful thing. I probably spend between 15 and 20 hours a week editing. And it's so time consuming. Eventually I get to the point where I really don't want to watch the video again. I've already seen it 3 or 4 times all the way through. So Tony, yeah, it will be Sunday morning mass. And the time will be 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, and plan accordingly, wherever your time zone may be. And we will attempt to do it, and there will be exceptions. Okay? Anything else? Anything else? Screw editing. Just do it. Yeah, exactly. If I were retired, we could actually do a show every other day live, and there would be no editing in a perfect world. Hey, what's that guy doing? But see, I mean, I mentioned earlier that Ronnie lives completely on the opposite side of town of me, and it's about a 30-minute drive for me to get over to his house. And to do it every single day or every other day, I don't know. Lou, I don't know if you realize how good your show really is. Just look at the added viewers you have picked up in the last 2 months. Wow, Otis. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. You made my day. So everybody said you two would be great live. Has this been great with just me? Because it's going to be twice as good with Ronnie tomorrow. Hot Rod Mav Smoker. No, not many of us left. Split screen. No, JA, you can't just do a split screen like that. Unless you have something like what's it called, Zoom. Yeah, you gotta do Zoom to do that, so that we're not in the same place, and that can be kind of expensive. Um, one of the costs that I incur every month is the hosting of our website, and so that's kind of why we've been pushing the website a lot. We want to get some views over there, and the whole thing is we want to sell merch. Tony Driver, once a week is fine. Got to build up content, I guess. Uh, some tricks. Oh, smoke rings. Let's see. I wonder if I can do that. Okay, there's two. All right. You ask, I do it. Um. Okay. What about there? This is like searcher therapy. Good deal. I don't know if I want to go down the road of the Fen treasure right here, because we're going to do that in the morning. Um, and we have this fraudulent claim that we want to discuss, and that will probably be one of the A for effort. D22. Oh. So I don't want to take too much away from tomorrow's show, but if you have some questions that you'd like to have us address tomorrow, put them right here, and I'll take them down. J.A. Street says content, content, content. Each week, ask your viewers what they want to talk about and do a show on it. Well, I think that's kind of what Sunday Morning Mass is going to ultimately turn into. I've already mentioned that tomorrow we're going to do something, Find or Fraud. Yeah, that's going to be tomorrow on our show. We're going to do this thing tomorrow that we've never done before as part of Sunday Morning Mass, and it involves fantasy picks. That's all I can tell you. Steve Klein says, Davio, what are you smoking on today? I'm blazing some pretty good Gorilla Glue. Number 4. Wow, okay. Tom says, do you find it hard to get new ideas for content every week? It's a constant search. I heard a country star, a country singer, talking about how much work goes into putting out a new album, and how so many country stars and other artists of other genres as well, they want to get to the point where they start just releasing singles. Not as many people are buying collaborative albums, and so singles are where the money seems to be at this point. And so what he went on to say is finding a great song is really difficult. You search and you search and you search, and it's got to have the right melody. It's got to have the right words. It's got to speak to people. It's got to fit the singer's personality. And when you find all of those things in one song, the chances are good it might be a hit. The same thing in a smaller level takes place here, in that I'm always looking for a good story, and the story has to fit Men Are So Smart. Sometimes it's a how-to. We did an episode a while back on how to clean a Glock. I brought my Glock over, and Ronnie, who obviously is a law enforcement person, cleaned it for me step by step. How-to videos. We've done some comparison videos on beers. So we're constantly looking for a story that we think would our viewers would enjoy and appreciate, and it would not be talking down to them. It's not divisive like politics would be. So there's criteria, and I would say I spend a couple hours a day really looking for good material and keep track of it. And then other weeks, maybe not so much. Um, Lavender is leaving for Boots on the Ground tomorrow. Okay. Hope it's a false claim. You just go, Lavender, okay? What would it take to convince you that the chest has been found? Well, there's a criteria on Men Are So Smart for that as well. You're going to have to send us your solves to each one of the 9 clues. That's the starter. Second, you're going to have a picture of the location of where the chest was found. And also, you're going to have to show us a picture of the chest and what's inside. There you go. J.A. Street. Fenn saying the chest was found. Well, that's the other thing, too. But see, a lot of people contact us first or right after they've talked to Forrest, or at least send them an email. And this person with the fraudulent claim did send the information to Forrest, and I'll address that tomorrow. It's been right in your lap the whole time. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to go out the garage and I'm going to walk right to it. And there it's going to be, the chest. A lot of people are asking us when we're going to do another parody. I've got one I'm working on, but it has to be just right. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through the first draft. And I think that you will really enjoy this in a parody sort of way. If you had an appreciation for a hippie's lips, you're going to love what I'm working on. Picture of the chest. I agree. I'd send a pic to Fenn. Let Fenn release that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we really want to be. Hello, give me title. We really want to be the channel that the ultimate finder of the treasure comes to have the story told. Ultimately, that would be our goal. And y'all know how much time I spent editing shows. I have a little more than a week left of vacation at work. And if somebody were to contact me with the correct solve and have the proof, I would more than likely drop what I'm doing, go on vacation, and work on editing and putting together the solve that this person ultimately came up with. And it was the right one. In a perfect world, I would want the searcher to come to us before a television station. It'll still have the same value to the television station after we have given the story as an exclusive. If you go to the television station first, they're probably going to have you sign a non-disclosure, and then it's over. So I would like to be able to tell this story, and I will give this my complete all. If it takes me 7 to 10 days to put this story together so that it's right, then that's what I will do. But I'm telling you right now that I want for Ronnie and I to have the exclusive. That's what I'm hoping. The chest has been found, but not the treasure. I just posted on Imgur. I don't know what Imgur is. Davio says he's going to break the news on Susie's channel. Okay, that's all good. Kind of sleepy, but then go on everybody's channel. I just can't get past the Mets cap. Okay, here. I'm taking my Mets hat off. WOWSA. Define, Tony. There will be 20 more board games made before the chest is found. Yeah, I heard about the chest, the board game. I believe all 9 clues point to the same place. That's an idea. Whoever finds the chest, information is king. Be careful with how it's dispensed. Oh yeah, I mean it's already been said that the first thing you want to do is wait 30 days. In that 30 days, the next thing you want to do is get an attorney, and that doesn't change anything about coming to us with us telling the story. Fenn said it's been found. No, Fenn did not say that. Steve Klein, I think that Mike's home will be filled with 2 shipping pallets worth of board games. Okay. Davio found it. No, he did not find it. You're lost. I know. Well, we've been on here for over an hour. We've talked about a lot of stuff, give me. Yeah, no, not found yet. Right. I really don't believe we're any closer. Nor do I believe anyone's found it. Will it be found? I'm not sure it'll be found in our lifetime. Keep the chest until Forrest dies. Well, he's already giving title to the gold, so what does it matter whether he's alive or not? Once he's dead, then auction it. Why? Give me, oh, you just woke up. Oh, that's okay. Well, this is unexpected. I didn't plan on spending my whole morning going live. This originally started out as a test, and yet here we are. So glad you found us, Give me. Anything else, people? Get in and jump on right now. I'm getting pooped and it's getting hot. Here, I'm going to put this fan on low. Tell me if it's... I am Wolverine. Howdy. How are you, Wolverine? Thanks for joining us today for a impromptu Men Are So Smart episode. Sans Ronnie. Can y'all hear that fan blowing on me? Because I need it. Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're live. I really wanted Ronnie to be with me when we did this, but we're going to do it tomorrow morning. This has been a test of the Broadcasters Association in your neighborhood. Yeah, Ron. Oh my God, you guys! 2 weeks ago when we tried this, Ronnie already had about. Oh, I will tell you, when Roy Orbison died, his album sales went. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. I see. I don't know. The price of gold doesn't change because a person dies, though. Fan is quiet. Okay, Tony, thank you. I might turn it up to 2. Let me know, okay? So we did the flip side with Sean and Ronnie. I was on my laptop camera, and Ronnie used the equipment that he and we had purchased to go live, and he set it up in his bedroom away from the dogs and the wife and the kids and stuff, and it worked perfectly. And then that following Sunday, we're ready to, start rolling around 6:30. I'm at Ronnie's house, and he is stressed like I have never seen him before. I'm telling you, I thought he was going to have a stroke. He was freaking out. He was breathing hard. He was sweating. And it was like, Ronnie, dude, it's not worth this. Really, if we can't go live, then we can't go live. We move on. I'm not going to have you calling 911 or me calling 911 for you. So, yes, Ronnie will be very glad. And he does know. He was on here earlier in the chat. He is at work. I can't say what he does. It's not that he's asked me not to say it, but I know it's that important. So, all right, back to your comments. Let's see. Yeah, Lou, get some rest. Yeah. Wouldn't be fascinating if Fenn had another treasure already hidden more difficult than the original in case the first one was found quickly. I wouldn't count on that, Hot Rod. Gold is going up, so it just needs to be kept in a safe place. What do you people anticipate the value of the chest will be when found? If it were found tomorrow, what do you anticipate? What do you guesstimate the value of the chest would be? Because here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be life-changing. And if you're a person who has spent all of their life savings trying to find this treasure, and then you find it, you're going to want to use that money, or at least a good portion of it. So having it sit around and collect dust while it increases in value, although it may be smart for a person who is 21, may not be exactly right for the person that's 61. So there you go. You guys were great on the flip side, by the way. Thank you. We had so much fun with him. And let me just say, I don't know what his broadcasting experience is. I do know what mine is. And I can tell you that he is a terrific host and he is very good at what he does. And when you talk to him next, be sure and tell him that, okay? Because that's what people like us really want to hear. We want to hear that we're really bringing you quality content in a way that you're comfortable, in a way that you can absorb or learn from, whatever the case may be. It's nice to hear that. We get a lot of nasty stuff. Not so much anymore because I think Ronnie and I have a way of dealing with the trolls in such a way that they don't like it. So, and Ronnie will cut you up and down. He literally will. He will put you in your place if you are a troll. But we get them. And you know what? It honestly, it does hurt a little bit. But you know what? Somebody once told me that if you can get 51% of the people to like you, you'll be successful. So that means there's 49% out there that may not be a big fan. So it happens. All right. So here, back to this. $3 to $5 million. Give me title. The gold says 3 to 5. I'll be honest with you. I think that's what I think it is. 3 to 6. Priceless. Well, yeah, sure. As much as a Visa card would. $6 million. Okay, so the three of us are right. Tom Sawyer says 1.5 million. Hooley 5 to 8 if you hire the right PR team. Well, I think that depends first of all on taxes. You're going to have to pay capital gains tax. Spent a bolt. I Am Wolverine says, spent a bone-chilling night on the mountain. Was that last night, Wolverine? Liberty Head Nickel, 4.5 million in the box. Huh. I agree, Hooley. Got to pump up the advertising for it and auction it. You will make more money if you're a good salesman. Okay? Anyone have some good vegetable soup recipes? Oh, come on. Am I that boring? Watch out for Pandora's box as your subscribers numbers grow. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. I think we're prepared. I've been preparing my whole life for this. If the Prince of Dubai is bidding against Egypt, against Russia, money is no thing. After taxes are paid, along with commission for the auction, maybe not life-changing. Well, if that's the case, if your motivation for finding the treasure is the money, and you're spending all of your life savings, you might want to think about that. That's kind of a valid point. I think Forrest is going to pay the taxes for you. I wouldn't be so sure. Hey Lou, congrats on going live. Love the show. Any thoughts on the Browns hole location? Michael, are you meh? M-E-H? I'm trying to remember. Okay, Michael, I've read the question a couple of times. I'm going to say that tomorrow morning, Sunday morning mass, I think we'll address that then. I'm just kind of on the fringe of Fen talk right here because I don't want to give away too much information or we won't have any content for Monday or Sunday morning mass. What did y'all think of Monday morning mass? That was kind of weird, huh? Wow. Okay, Hot Rod Mav, you got held for review on that one. And I'll just say I get to see it. And he says, I don't think any crown princes are going to care about his chest. I agree. I don't think Putin is really all that concerned about this man's $6 million treasure. I think he's got bigger money. Give me title of the gold, whatever makes sense for both parties. Life-saving, gone already. High cost of living. Poof. He's already said he's given $100,000 for the bracelet. I think he has another plan to help with taxes too. Look up what it costs for auction. No on the meth thing. Okay, Michael, I'm sorry. I talked to a lot of people. Meh was the person that sent us the book. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Hooli, okay, got to run. Good day, y'all. Thank you. Good Gallagher Entertainment. Okay. Hooli, thank you. You're awesome. Campbell's vegetable soup. Jeez. My mom would be so proud of me. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'll give you another 2 or 3 minutes here. Any other things you want to bring up? I don't want to sit here doing dead air. I've given you about as much as I got after doing an hour-long talk show on the radio. Just take the chest and go in peace. The treasure is what you make of it. Well, then we're all rich, aren't we? Or richer for it, right? Okay, you guys. I need to go fix a sandwich. I'm really hungry. And that Yankee game comes on in about 5 minutes. Did you read The Thrill of the Chase yet? Yeah, I've read it. Read it about 3 times. I got the book right here. It's all right, man. All right, just so you know, it wasn't me. Later, Lou. J Street. See you, buddy. The book, the Bible, the only source needed. Okay. What's the topic tomorrow? Well, we're going to start with Fen News, Tony. And we have some information on a false claim. That's all I can say. And also, we're going to play a new game that I think you're going to enjoy and want to participate. It has, Larry, thank you very much. It has a lot to do with fantasy leagues, and it should be funny. Have a good day, Lou. He does have something. Peace, love, brown rice. Okay, Davio. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it wasn't me and Ronnie. I hope it was good enough. Tomorrow will be me and Ronnie, and we will be live at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern for Sunday morning Mass. Until then, I'll see y'all later. Still live? I've already clicked this button. Here, click it again. It won't stop. I'm clicking.